My name's June. I was born and brought up in Lone Head, but I've lived in Edinburgh for the past 17 years. When I was 13 at high school, I went to a friend's house after school for tea, and she asked me if I'd like to have pizza, and I was like, what's that? So she explained, and I said, yeah, I'll try. So I had it and I loved it. And I went home and told my mum and dad all about it, and my dad was like, oh, I'm not having that newfangled rubbish, because in our house and my childhood had been basically meat and 2 veg, which was tricky for me because I didn't really like meat and I didn't really like vegetables, so I ate a lot of potatoes. But the pizza experience definitely was a great thing because it encouraged my mum to also think about other different types of food as well. I was very lucky when I was a child. I baked a lot with my mum and my godmother, and also my gran was a beautiful baker. But one of the really nice things about baking with my mum was we had this recipe book. Mum had gathered recipes from her grandparents and my auntie and put them all in this book. So we could go to the book and just everything that we needed was there. The recipe I've chosen is clouty dumpling. This was my grand's recipe and it's one of my favourites. So I'm going to start by measuring out the flour. One of the things I really liked as a child about baking with my mum was the fact that she would always put a little stool beside the table, and so that I could get up there so that I was right in on the action. And I would get to stir the ingredients, and sometimes I would actually get to put my hands in and have a feel of it, which as a kid was great because it was quite squishy and messy. And you know, what child doesn't like getting messy? One of the things I love about these recipes is the fact that although my grand's recipe had the grated apple, my mum actually added the grated carrot to it. And then added cherries to it. I had some cherries lying about in the kitchen and I just saw them and I thought, that might be quite a nice addition. And actually it tasted really, really nice. And that's what's great about things like this, is that recipes, although the basis is there, they change and develop over the generations. One of the other really lovely things about it was that I would get to lick the bowl at the end. Or if we were making pastry, I would get my own little bit of pastry to just kind of mess about with, make little random animals and things like that. One of the things I really loved about my childhood was our local gala day in the village where I'm from, Lone Head. Every year we had a children's gala where you would elect the gala queen. The gala queen was chosen from the girls in primary 7, and the year that I was in the gala as a maid of honour, all the girls wore white dresses and the boys wore kilts, and I was really excited. And then I was slightly disappointed when I walked up to the crowning ceremony because we were a mining village. The coal dust all got all over my beautiful white dress. The one thing that we always looked forward to in the gala was the gala day bag. All the school children got a gala day bag, and the local baker was involved in making up these bags. It must have been a mammoth operation, 3 primary schools full of kids, and you had things like a sausage roll, a sticky bun, a wee bottle of juice, a 20p, a piece of fruit. And after the crowning ceremony and the big parade, everybody would meet in the park, and you just tore open your bag and, you know, swapped what you didn't like. And it was lovely because it just brought everyone together. It was just really friendly and fun. Traditionally, you put sixpences in the clouty dumpling for luck. Today, it's 5p's, but you can't just put 5p in a cake. You have to boil them first and make sure they're sterile. Then you get some greaseproof paper and you just wrap it round and then twist it and fold it, and then it goes into your cake mixture. And then you have to obviously warn people that when they're having a piece of your dumpling, don't bite down too hard because it might break your teeth. What I love about the clouty dumpling is it just reminds me of celebrations. Mostly you can have it for weddings, you can have it for funerals, you can have it for birthdays, or you can actually just eat it any time. In fact, my dad requested that we make a clouty dumpling for his funeral, for his wake. I duly made one, and it was a talking point because people were saying, oh, normally sandwiches are very tired finger food, but oh, clouty dumpling. And I was like, yeah, Dad asked me for this specifically. It was like he wasn't gone, but he was still part of the party because that was his request. So that was it, really. Clouty dumpling is a very labour-intensive recipe. It takes 3 hours to boil it, and then another at least half an hour in the oven. However, because of the celebratory nature of clootie dumpling generally, it's important that we still have things like this, because so much love and so much work has gone into it that when you sit down with friends and family to share it, it just gives you a really good feeling and it tastes great.